shows on the radio. Playing them live like in the studio.
107.1 WJBB, we call it the bleeding ear. Hunter Flanagan joining us this morning. And Mr. Willard's got this thing up on your Facebook Live, the WJBB Facebook page, if you want to watch along. You've probably seen Hunter Flanagan before. Charles Locke, thank you for bringing him in. We appreciate that very much. Hunter, I saw, Charles sent me the little video of you appearing on that Atlanta's Got Company, or whatever that, what was the name of that show, Hunter?
Oh, Atlanta and Company.
Atlanta and Company, that's it, that's the one. You know what really impressed me? Not only your singing and guitar playing, but the fact that you could answer questions on the fly.
Yeah, that's very mature-like.
With the bright lights, you know, and you've got a studio full of people, and you got that hot chick that hosts the show.
Yeah, they actually want me back in March.
I'll bet they do. You did a great job. Thought you were fabulous on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, you weren't nervous at all?
I mean, a little, but it comes with the territory.
Heck, I did, what was that show I did, Mr. Willard? Do you remember?
Good Day Atlanta?
Good Day Atlanta. I did that show years ago with, what's his name? Mr. Willard. Who was it? Paul Osmond. Yeah.
Made a big impression on you, right?
It's just hard to remember back that far, and I was like really nervous when I did that show. And it was funny because Charles brought it up this morning. I guess you can still find the video of that. And the weird thing about it was, he asked me a whole bunch of questions. I don't remember answering the questions necessarily.
You had an out-of-body experience?
Well, kind of. I was on autopilot.
Huh.
I answered the questions, and then we did the song, and that was kind of it. And I watched it back, and it wasn't half bad.
And how many years ago was this? 20?
A bunch.
Had to be 90s, I would think. It was last century that it was done. It was a long time ago. How old of a fella are you, Hunter?
I just turned 19.
19 years old. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to high school in Bowden, Georgia.
Where is that?
That is right on the Alabama line on 20.
Well, that would explain maybe the interest in what we call the country music, correct?
Yes, sir. I guess it would.
And you don't have to call me sir, but if you prefer, you realize you're getting old when they start calling you sir.
He only makes his
I'm from the
say
South.
that.
No,
right?
he's
Exactly.
polite.
Let him be polite. Don't pull that out
That's
of him.
a good quality. What kind of music did you like as I can't say as a kid, but a few years ago?
Growing up.
Kid.
Pretty much everything, but
Yeah.
like my mom's side of the family, they listen to a lot of like old 80s hair bands and stuff like that. My dad's side of the family listened to some like newer country at the time,
right.
So I just kind of grew up with a weird mix, and then my grandmother threw in some Harry Chapin and some Arlo Guthrie in there, so
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm just a mess.
Yeah, the girl on, I shouldn't say girl, but the woman on that show, Atlanta's Got Company, whatever it is, she said you were an old soul. Have you ever been described as that before? Have you heard that before?
I hear that quite a bit, especially when I'm at shows and stuff, and people, they make requests that they don't think I'd ever know, and like I had to do all 25 minutes of Alice's Restaurant on the fly.
You didn't.
I did.
You did
I
Alice's
did.
Restaurant? That's impressive.
It's actually in my set list now.
Could you do it for us now? I'm kidding.
We got other stuff to do, Rude.
Do something short.
The show's not that long.
Give me the opening bars of that. Just a taste of it.
Okay. Hold on.
Gotta move the paper.
I've never run into anybody that did a cover of
kid.
Alice's Restaurant.
You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant.
Very good. Awesome.
You can get anything you want
At Alice's Restaurant.
Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile past the railroad track. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant.
Very nice.
How about
Awesome.
that?
How about that?
Wow.
That was awesome.
Now, you do a lot of gigging, right?
Yes, sir.
When did you decide that the music was going to be your path?
16 months old.
What did you young. What, your spoon on the baby food jar?
There's actually videos of it somewhere. I don't know where, but at 16 months old, I knew all the songs and dances to Wizard of Oz.
Oh my gosh.
And my family was very concerned. At 6 years old, I did my first contest and I won. My aunt was in the same contest as me, and we have not gotten on good terms since.
Oh boy.
At 12 years old, I had my first show at Six Flags, and like I said, about 3 years ago or so, I picked up the guitar, and that's when things really started.
Have you ever thought, what if this doesn't work out? What would I do?
Sadly, yeah, late at night. But I do acting as well, and also I am learning how to weld just so I have a trade. So if this falls through
Good
really
for you.
bad,
That's awesome.
I have something boring to go to.
Well, and you can sing while you weld.
What have
Nobody will hear it under
What
that
have you
shield.
acted in?
I have been in. I was in the new Jumanji movie. Not
Really?
not the most recent one, but the first one with The Rock and all them.
Oh my gosh!
And you, what part did you play?
I was Simon. I had a lot more lines, but they cut them out. But I still got paid.
There you go.
But I'm the person who brings them to the office when they get in trouble.
Oh no! Now I have to go back and watch that movie.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Of
go back
all-
and see
So
it.
cool.
Of all the things I've done that have lines, working with Matthew McConaughey, getting to work on father figures with Ed Helms and Owen Wilson, that is the one that everybody recognized me from.
Wow.
Jumanji.
I didn't
one
realize
scene
that.
Where all of a sudden my face is just plastered on the screen and nobody knows why.
And how old were you?
I was maybe 16, 17. When did it go?
Golly, you've done more at
few years back.
19 than I've done in 47 years.
Well,
What the heck?
Get it going there, Blake. Come on. We're talking to Hunter Flanagan, joining us this morning, part of the Bleeding Ear. You can check it out on Facebook if you want to see his handsome face. I was reading an interview recently with Michael Stipe. Do you know who that is?
Yes, actually, y'all gave me a hard time when we were talking about it beforehand. That is the lead singer of R.E.M.
R.E.M.
I found that out now.
He did an interview, and I was so impressed with your interviewing skills. I'm going to take some of the questions that are taken from this interview. It's in The Guardian of Michael Stipe, and just see if you can answer questions on the fly.
Right on.
Because this is important when you're a rock star or a country, whatever you are.
Yeah, interviewing is the most important part of being a rock star. It's not
is.
tearing up hotel rooms or
Right,
getting
right.
arrested. It's
Well,
the
but
interviewing.
that's part of it. Certainly, you got to do that well.
It's the fun part.
What would your superpower be?
My superpower would probably be, I'd have to say, the ability to change probability. So if I ask myself, what would be the odds that I would fly in the next 5 minutes? If it's 0%, I want to be able to click my fingers and go, no, it's 100% now.
Wow.
What are the odds that money's going to fall from the sky? 100%.
And did you see how
Wow.
he
I
phrased
like that.
Say that again. Change the probability.
Change probability, yeah.
Right.
Nobody talks like that.
what a
You're
great
19.
superpower.
What the heck?
But he was in Jumanji just a couple of years ago, and he's light years ahead of where you are at your age. What do you dislike about your appearance?
Probably the fact that my hair grows really, really, really fast. Like, it grows like kudzu or something. But
What a
Have
cross
you
to
ever
bear.
woken up being strangled by your own hair?
pretty much, I have to get a haircut, I think once a week. And I always go to the place, I'm like, I think I only need, maybe a quarter of an inch cut off. And they're like, yeah, we had to take an inch off.
Do you go to a barbershop? Do you go to a salon?
I go to a salon because she's a really good friend of ours. She knows how to handle my hair, and I can't snap on another woman at Great Clips.
If they were to make a film about your life, who would you want to play you?
I'd like to think maybe Elijah Wood, just because he had the hair in Lord of the Rings.
Okay, very good. It was interesting. Michael Stipe said Harry Styles to play him.
He's got hair,
from
too.
One Direction. He got a lot of hair.
He does.
What's your favorite smell?
My favorite smell.
This will be the last question, I promise.
All right. Probably when I open my guitar case right before a gig, that smell of the wood and everything.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, that's a great smell. We were talking about smells. Do you know what records are?
Yes, I
You ever
do.
seen a record?
I have a substantial collection.
When you would buy a record when we were kids and it was covered in shrink wrap, and you would pull that shrink wrap off, and then you would get the smell of the record and the vinyl and the cover.
And if it was a double album set, when you open that baby up,
Yeah, and then you could lay down on the bed and just put it over your face and just breathe it
Or
in.
you
as
could burn
were-
it, and just light it up.
No,
and
we
inhale
never lit up the
fumes.
records.
I have a record shop in Carrollton, Georgia that I just go to and just sit there, and they said, just buy something or you can't come back, man. It's getting weird. You're here every morning when I open the door. Just stop.
All right, you're going to do something for us unplugged, obviously, and then we're going to come back and play a recorded cut from you as well. What are you going to do for us right now?
I'm actually going to do a song that I wrote about my brother. See, because March is Brain Injury Awareness, I'm actually going back on Atlanta Company in March. For that, See, my brother, he got in a four-wheeler wreck about 7 years ago. He had a brain injury. He was in a coma for 29 days. They said he never walk or talk again. They removed part of his brain. They removed the frontal lobe. They was given like a less than 1% chance of survival, but he's completely fine now. He didn't want to come to this because
completely fine.
Completely fine.
How many prayers went up for that little guy? Oh my
good
gosh!
few.
All of them.
If you met him, you wouldn't notice anything was different about him. The only thing that people can even tell is he's nicer now. and he has seizures, so he has to be medicated for that. But, I mean, he went back to his job. He's actually a welder. He's who's teaching me how to weld.
Cool.
Okay.
But I wrote this song about being a kid and having to live in Atlanta at Atlanta Medical Center.
Wow.
Just go ahead and start.
Yeah, this is Hunter Flanagan, Bleeding Ear, 107.1 WJBB.
All right, this is called We Ran. I was singing down at noon in Georgia. My neighbor called and he said something was wrong. We piled in the car and we raced on to meet you. By the time we got there, the ambulance was already gone. We ran all the way to Atlanta. We ran, chased that copter down, and we ran, thinking everything would be alright. Little did we know that our lives were gonna change that night. A few days later and he still hasn't woke up. We tried almost anything but without any luck. The doctor came in and he said to pull the plug. We laughed in his face and we said, nah, we're not giving up. We ran to the chapel and hit our knees. We ran, saying, God, don't take him, please. And we ran, praying everything would be alright. But little did we know, my big brother knew how to fight. Through the trials and tribulations, we fought so hard all the way. Through the months and months of rehab, it was improving every day. I watched him learn to walk and talk again. All we could do was pray. If only you could see us here today. Yeah. We ran down that beach down in Daytona, and we ran, chased that sun-soaked sky, and we ran. Lord, I had a smile, boy, I finally knew we were gonna be alright. Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hunter Flanagan.
Oh my gosh.
We Ran, a song written for his brother. What's your brother's name?
My brother's name is Joshua.
Well, Joshua, wish you the best. And Hunter Flanagan's going to be back with us here in just a couple of minutes. Hang. Got a couple of things we got to take care of. And you'll get to hear something from Hunter Flanagan in the studio. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. We got some birthdays for you. We got a sponsor, too. Crawford Long Museum on Main Street there in Jefferson. And if you're celebrating a birthday today, let's see. Today's the 15th day of the year. The steam elevator was patented on this day back in 1861. Otis, remember him?
Yeah.
Otis.
You still see his name
He
on
was
the elevator.
Montgomery's brother.
Steam elevator. Would you jump on a steam elevator?
No.
No, neither would I. What are you kidding? If you're celebrating a birthday today, a lot of good things. You're a resourceful individual. You know how to work with your abilities and your possessions, which of course you should. and creating a stable climate around your family, and you like to travel. Blake, who are we talking about today?
It's January 15th. Happy birthday to Marie Clack. Jerry Andrews also celebrating today. Penn McWhorter, Ron Griffith, and Amanda Padovano.
And my computer just lost my images.
Ruh-roh.
Do you need some help,
It's that
Mr. Willard?
Windows
Please.
7.
Help, Mr. Willard. Oh, no, you're Mr. Willard.
Help, Mr. Rude.
I've got some famous birthdays today. Charo. Very nice, Blake. Excellent work.
Wow.
It says she's 69 years old today. I don't
more
think
like
so.
89.
Yeah,
That's
she-
what I was thinking.
She's not 69.
She's been around my
She
whole
was
life.
69 when I was a baby.
That's what I thought. Actress, guitarist, married to Xavier Cugat, the band leader, for those of you playing along at home. Skrillex, 32 years old today.
Who?
His real name is Sonny John Moore, which is why he changed it to Skrillex. Regina King, actress, is 49 years old. Rob Lowe's brother, Chad Lowe, 52 years old today. Andrea Martin, SCTV, very funny, 73 years old today. Martin Luther King Jr., we can't forget Martin Luther King Jr., he would have been celebrating a birthday today. And Lloyd Bridges, the father of Beau Bridges and what's the other? Jeff Bridges, famous show Sea Hunt actor, born on this day back in 1913.
And also Eddie Cahill, who was on CSI New York and is currently on, I believe, NCIS Los Angeles, or on New Orleans, has a birthday today. He's 42. And Pitbull. I don't care for him, but he's
Fireball.
39 years old.
I do.
today.
Did you get his actual name? It's obviously it's
What
not-
is it?
I had it written down, but I didn't think everybody.
Emilio Chavez retirando
Yeah, it's something-
Chicananda Rasha.
Well, come on, it's Joey Smith.
That's very close.
I mean,
Actually, it's very. Blake, you just about nailed that. All right, what else? Anything happening in town that we should be aware of?
Yep, the WJBB Community Billboard brought to you by Molly Maid of Winder in Athens. Fort Yargo State Park is hiring. Positions include night ranger, office clerk, kiosk
Night Ranger?
worker.
Man,
Yeah.
I'd love to be the Night Ranger at Fort Yargo
Yeah,
Park.
well, all you have to do is...
Do you get like a uniform and a badge?
and you have to sing.
or
how
you
about a
can wear
gun?
your own.
Sister Christian just plays constantly.
He's
They're
quick.
blasting
Yeah.
Sister Christian through the speakers at Fort Yargo. If you're interested in any of that, they also have seasonal boathouse staff jobs available. Pick up an application in the park office. Northeast Georgia Medical Center Barrow holds a monthly event for stroke survivors and caregivers to empower them to lead a satisfying and active lifestyle. The next meeting is Tuesday, January 28th from 5:30 until 6:30 in the third floor conference room. For info, email strokeprogram@nghs.com, and that's the WJBB Community Billboard.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Richter with Maynard Realty here in Barrow County. If you're in the market to sell your home, give us a call. Right now is a seller's market and inventory is moving very quickly. I'd love to connect you with the buyer that's just waiting to move into a new home to start off the new year. And of course, if you're interested in purchasing a home, we can assist you there also.
Check out MaynardRealty.com or call 678-863-7812. That's 678-863-7812.